Good morning, guys. I'm your host, AD. I am of the Iamacreator community. This is episode 5 of MLB 19, managing the 2-2 St. Louis Cardinals. If you guys are joining in of the Iamacreator group, I'm going to catch more MLB 19 every 1 or 2 days a week. Hit that red support button. Stay connected. The same way in the chat. You guys can smash the like button if you guys are not new. Stay connected, tweet them out, share them, comment, add them to a playlist. Never ask for support back in between. If there's also anyone that would love to follow me on Twitter, you guys can let me know. Since I know maybe some of you guys in the chat of the Iamacreator community have a Facebook, but I think I'm gonna stick with Twitter. As I normally would point out, if anybody has a Twitter, let me know. Will we watch our videos in full? We like the videos in full. Share them, tweet them out as good as we can, and we are good to go for sure. I was gonna go live last night, but I was with my pun for almost prior to last night, but you guys will have Doom Eternal tonight, so it all depends on if there's anything better that's going on, but yeah, Doom Eternal is still every Saturday, Sunday, so as far as The Last of Us Part 2 goes, guys, I think it might be in the morning. I think it might be tomorrow, since I go back tomorrow from 2 to 6:30. So everything will be okay. As there will be a new series. It will be the 2-2 St. Louis Cardinals taking on the 2-1 Pittsburgh Pirates of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As you guys can see in the chat this morning. Let me know in the chat if you have any questions. Want to vote for the idol? Aladdin's at 27. The Greatest Showman is at 12 today, guys. It will be, like I said, the 2-2 Cardinals taking on the 2-1 Pirates in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As you guys can see, it will be played in PNC Park, home of the 2-1 Pirates. 38,362. It was recently opened back in 2001. It's actually in the early 2000s. So today, for the 2-2 Cardinals this season, even on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals will be Daniel Pounds de Leon. Daniel Pounds de Leon. He'll be on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals today, as we speak. As far as the starting lineup goes, leading off will be Tommy Edman in third base, Colin Wong at second base, Paul Ghostman at first base. In left field will be Marcel Azona. Playing shortstop is Paul DeZong. Toy O'Neill is playing center fielder. Batting seventh is Jose Martinez, right fielder. Batting eighth is the catcher Yadier Molina. And batting ninth, on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals this morning today, will be Daniel Pounds de Leon. So Yadier Molina has been replaced. And also on the mound for the 2-1 Pirates as well today, in the first game of 2. This is actually a mini-series, to say the least. Will be Mitch Keller. See how that's going to go. So, how is everyone doing this morning? Hopefully you guys are good. Keep paying it forward as good as you can. But if I would have been live last night, you guys, I would have actually given you some idea news, but yeah, one like, one dislike, that still counts as a view. I'm not gonna even bother with that, but it's okay. So this is game 1 in Pittsburgh. The 2-2 Cardinals taking on the 2-1 Pirates in Pittsburgh in PNC Park. But that's okay. One dislike, two likes, that's, like I said, it's no big deal. I'll be fine. Besides, I've only lost 2 supporters earlier this week, which, that's okay. I think before the start of the weekend, but, it is what it is. But how is everyone doing today? Hope you guys are good. You guys will also get IZN news this morning so far today, since I haven't jumped to any of it last night. I mean, because I was looking at some stuff a little bit, but there's really not much. There's really not much coming out of the weekend, as far as I can recall. But it is what it could be. As you look at the standing elevation of the national anthem, the fans for the 2-1 Pirates. But speaking of Pittsburgh, go Steelers. And for me, I'm still a huge fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers for currently over 10 years. But that's still going on for sure. As far as the baseball season goes, I think maybe that one of the businessmen might come in hand, but it all depends really. If there's going to be any baseball season this year, but it all depends. So there you go, guys. On the left, you have on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals will be Daniel Ponce de Leon taking on Mitch Keller, the 2-1 Pirates.
Now a chance to look at the starting nine.
And there's the manager for the 2-2 Cardinals today, guys. To speak. And your starting lineups is right there. Marcell Azona's batting 125. Last season he had a 280 average, 325 OBP, 433 slug percentage. And you heard it here, guys. For the 2-1 Pirates, on the mound will be Mitch Keller. I think he's making his first appearance today. The 2-1 Pirates. He's 6'2", 210 pounds. He's 23 years old, which is actually a pretty good young age. Go down to it. He finishes his practice swinging. I mean, his practice. So yeah, I'm keeping everything on veteran. And lining up defensively for the 2-1 Pirates this season will be Kevin Newman at right, Josh Bell at first, as you guys can see. So look at the big crowd for the 2-1 Pirates. Good morning, Deadside. How are you today?
Number 19, and we are ready for some.
Leading off first for the 2-2 Cardinals will be third baseman Tommy Edman. He's batting .316. But yeah, I was not even live last night. I was tired, but well, I mean, my Angel and I were on the call nearly a little over a half hour, but how's your weekend going so far, buddy? Everything's going fine. I can't complain.
And let's see if they continue that today.
That'll be ground ball by the pitcher. I think, yep, that'll be a single. Well, accidentally got the pitcher, but that was going fine. That's good. So what's you been up to, buddy? Anything interesting over the weekend? Or not really? So a single by the Cardinals. That'll bring up second baseman Colton Wong. He was batting .249. Oh, okay. I can't complain. He is batting .111. It's pitched by Miller. Ball went to the left. But yeah, I was going to do Doom Eternal last night, but I was tired after I got back, since, you know, my fun and one of the roommates got a little, grabbed a little dinner on the way, and since they went back to the house, I was waiting for them, and, you know, this is actually not that bad of a surprise. It's 1-1 count, runner at first, nobody out. But it's all good. I mean, Doom Eternal would have gotten a new episode last night, but I was tired indeed. Swinging a miss, strike two. But you guys will have Doom Eternal tonight, as far as I know. But the good thing is I don't have to be back till 2 to 6:30, 7 to 2, then I'm off Wednesday. It's not all that bad. That'll be ground ball to left center field. That'll be a single. So a single by the Cardinals on the middle of the plate. Left center field. But But I did see you. Okay, here's a good fact, buddy. I did see you do a new episode of was it Sword Art Online Holo Fragment?
Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. As he
I mean, I know it was Sword Art Online, I believe. It'll bring up first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. He's batting 111. Oh wait a minute, it was SAO. Ah, nice. 16 likes is not bad. 1-1 count. That'll be ground ball to second. In for a DP, and he does get the TP. And that's a double play. Runner on second goes to third. So it's 2 outs for the Cardinals. But how's Hello Fragment tweeting you? Anything interesting? I mean, as far as the review itself goes, I did read a review in the past and present, but I always thought that, I've always thought that the best animes that's been around for a while, or a long time, due to this year 2020, Holo Fragment hasn't been that bad of a game, from what I've seen of it, but, the best animes that have been around for a long time around the world, I would think, would be Sword Art Online, Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Z, and what else would that be, Deadside? He struck him out up top. 3 up, 3 down, the side has been tired. Cardinals lead 2. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. We're going to bottom of the first, Cardinals nothing, and the Pirates are coming to bat. So far in the chat this morning.
Now a moment here at PNC to take a look at the Pirates.
One dislike is not going to kill anybody, so that's okay. There's the starting lineup for the 2-1 Pirates this morning. Elias Diaz, batting 300, Josh Bell, to speak. And on the mound for the, hold on a second. I'll tell you in a second, buddy. On the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals will be Daniel Ponce de Leon. The Leon made his 4 starts, 0-2 record, 2.73 ERA, and giving up 24 hits. Well, yeah, the question I was going to ask you, buddy, is,
let's see if he can duplicate that year.
Since Holo Fragment got an alright review, what do you think of the graphics in general? The best animes has been around for a long time is Sword Art Online, Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Z, and there's one more I was thinking too. I would think maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Would match the 3, I would assume. Due up for the Pirates will be Starwin Marte. He's batting 277 from last season. It's the pitch by De Leon. There'll be foul ball to left, strike 1. But since I didn't get to any IZN news last night, you guys will have some of that today, this morning. Let's see what we got covered up with.
Here comes the 0-1.
That'll be fly ball in the center field. He gets the catch, 1 away. That'll bring up second baseman Kevin Newman. Last year he had a 209 average, 6 RBIs. Oh my. Okay, I'll read the stat in just a second. Strike 1 to the upper left. They are fine. Can't wait for the new Sword Art online game coming out next month. Oh, that's good. That's gonna be interesting to see. But well, what are your thoughts on the PS5 console? That's actually one of my 2 targets. I think it is my last system that I'm buying this year. The Xbox Series X I will have credit for, but I just think it'd be way too much money. Swing and a miss. And that's the second out for the Pirates. First strikeout by Ponce de Leon. So that's 2 outs for the Pirates. But what if, okay, I did read about this, that we might be getting a Final Fantasy 16 announcement. I mean, I do know that we're going to be getting a Final Fantasy 16 announcement that'll be pop up to left. He gets under it, makes catch, the side is retired.
Down in order go the Pirates. We are still
3 up, 3 down for the Pirates. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. We're going to top of the second. Cardinals nothing, Pirates nothing. Due up for the Cardinals today, guys. Will be Paul DeSong, shortstop, batting .278, 1 home run, 2 ribbies. Really don't care about it at the most, as I'm going to wait for a few months before I get it. Well, according to, I mean, I'm pretty sure that'll be according to that. But I do know we're going to be getting some big names for the coming out of Square Enix for the consoles. And what Final Fantasy 16 has been recently rumored earlier this week that we might get a Final Fantasy 16 announcement. Which I think it'll be a good surprise, a real good shocking surprise. I mean, ever since Final Fantasy 15 came out, most of us were thinking that that was going to be the last Final Fantasy game for the PS4 and Xbox One for sure. And that's the first stop for the Cardinals, swing and a miss. I mean, I've beaten 15 one time, and I think it was like, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. But the only couple cool things that I liked about Final Fantasy 15 before I beat it one time, we center fielder Tyrell Neal up to bat. He's batting .333, 1 home run, 1 ribby, 2 stolen bases. I have beaten Final Fantasy 15, to be honest. We foul ball to right, strike 2. But if I were to have a big plan for 16, I think I could eventually buy it. But it all depends how much the cost is going to be for the PS5. But there hasn't been, I mean, there's going to be plenty of details what the other announcements are going to be, for sure. But I do know there's one other investment, buddy, that I may look into, and that will be Project Iridia. That is another RPG I might look into for the PS5. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Out number 2 for the Cardinals.
2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
And so far today, guys, I've been up since before 6:30, but it's not a terrible idea. Here comes Jose Martinez, right fielder. Last year he batted .305, 17 home runs, 83 ribbies.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Here's the pitch by Keller.
Curveball looked at here for strike 1.
But we'll see what it comes down to. We get about 3 likes. Can we get up to 5 in the chat this morning? Because I have no clue. We'll give a rat's ass who put a dislike this morning. But I have an idea. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. Or more certainly anywhere to begin with. So I won't worry about it at any point being. Ball went to the right, 1 and 2. You guys want to catch more MLB 19 every 1 to 2 days a week? You guys will have a new episode of Doom Eternal, and he struck him out as well. Throws to the first baseman, and the inning is over. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. And it's at this morning, guys, to kick off my day off. We're at the bottom of the second. Cardinals nothing, Pirates nothing. Due up for the Pirates. Game 1 in Pittsburgh, PNC Park. Will be Brian Reynolds. Reynolds is batting .182, 1 ribby, 1 stolen base. Compared to one of the best players that knows how to steal a base. Speaking of that, that'll be a fly ball to left center field. He makes the catch, 1 away for the Pirates. But I'm always a black and yellow Steelers person for a long time, so first 10 years. Brings up third baseman Colin Moran. Pitched by Ponce de Leon. ball went to the left. But what's your do you have any plans going forward to the Squenix event by that'll be fly ball to left center field, and he makes the catch. Good work. Being second out for the Pirates. But what are your thoughts on some of that going into next month or August? But I do know the Squenix event will be sometime this year. I think it's either September or August. I don't recall if it's going to be next month though. But the only few games I know for sure that's going to be part of that Squenix thing. Squenix announcement is Final Fantasy 16. Ball 2 to the right. It's going to be some of the other names I wouldn't know for sure, guys.
And particularly throw for a strike. Just missed that outside
corner
right
okay.
there, but a good pitch and a tough take there by the hitter.
We'll see what happens though. Ball 3 to the right. 3-1. On deck, Adam Fraser. He's on deck. But we'll see. But I think the good take out of it would be Project Ariza, Iridia, and Final Fantasy 16. Those are the only names I would know for sure. That's foul ball to home base, strike 2. But we'll think about it though. Besides, we still don't know the price for the PS5 yet. But it is something I'm excited to get. It's my final system as we speak. So, ground ball to first, looking to race to it. He does race to first base, and the inning is over. 3 outs so far.
1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. We'll move to the third with no score.
We go to top of the third inning. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Cardinals nothing. Pirates nothing. Due up for the Cardinals will be the catcher Matt Wieters taking over Yadier Molina. Last year he had an average of 238, 8 home runs, 30 ribbies. I think he's a left-handed batter as well. But if there's anybody in the chat that does have a Facebook, actually that does have a Twitter, foul ball to left. You guys can follow me on Twitter if you'd like. Because I know some of you guys don't usually get into Facebook that much. That'll be ground ball to left center field. Good looking hit. And that will be a single. So a single by the Cardinals. Yeah, you guys can do so. You guys can follow me on Twitter if you'd like. Check out my tweets. But if you guys are new in the chat, you guys can hit that red support button, smash the like button the same way. And more importantly, for any philosophy, we watch our videos in full. We like the videos. Dale Ponce de Leon, Sonic Pitzer for the 2-2 Cardinals. 6'3", 200 pounds, 27 years old. But yeah, we like the videos, share them, tweet them out, share them as good as we can. Swinging a missed strike 2 to the right, and leaving a comment, well, most likely. And we never ask for support back in between. I did lose 2 supporters before the start of the weekend, but I'm not even bothered by it. And that's the first out, first strikeout. That's the first out for the Cardinals, game 1 in Pittsburgh. You guys will get some idea news this morning in the second. Based on what we're looking at. So what's the plan for today, buddy? Because I'm not due back till the afternoon tomorrow. By the way, first one out. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 up top. That'll bring in Tommy Edman, third baseman. He drew a single his first time in the first inning. In game 1 in Pittsburgh. But yeah, Doom Eternal will be tonight, since it's still every Saturday, Sundays on the format. It'll be ground ball to left center field. So Tommy Edmonds 2 for 2. So a single by the Cardinals. We got one more time. So guys, let's go ahead and try and jump. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Due to Isaiah news. So first and second, 1 out.
Here's the second baseman, Colton Wong.
Pitched by Keller, strike one to the left.
Is in there for a called strike one. A base hit in his first
Colton Wong is 1 for 1. A single in the first as well. So let's get right down to it, guys. We're going to scroll down a little bit. Hold on. Ball went to the left, 1 and 1. Okay. You guys did hear that, I do have to tell you guys this. Since I go back tomorrow, from 2 to 6:30. You guys have heard of a name. Oh, hold on. Fly ball to left center field. That'll get down. And a little bit of trouble. And that will be the second out for the Cardinals. Runner at third was going to go for home and give the first lead for the 2-2 Cardinals. But that was not bad of a try, though. Then they'll bring in Paul Goldschmidt. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first inning. So it's first and third with 2 outs. Cardinals are looking for an opportunity.
Here's the first pitch to him.
The pitch, strike one to the left. But yeah, the one that plays Cleveland Brown, by the name of Mike Henry, apparently he's, after 20 years, he's stepping down for the character of Cleveland Brown for some reason. You know, since he had a lot of experience since he made his first appearance as Cleveland Brown. And you guys also can also relate from Family Guy to the Cleveland Cell. Well, the Cleveland Cell was only been around for only like 4 seasons, so, and he struck him out. All 3 outs in total. The side is retired. Cardinals gave up 3 hits. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Go to bottom of the 3rd inning. Cardinals nothing. Pirates nothing. But yeah, congratulations to Mike Henry for doing a great job as Cleveland after 20 years. May his stuff continue forward and continue what lies for him. But yeah, he started playing Cleveland Brown since the very first season of Family Guy started. I still keep up with Family Guy normal time, but that'll be ground ball to first. Bases back in time. 1 away for the Pirates. But yeah, he's the only one that knows how to play a black guy for sure. And they'll bring up catcher Elias Diaz. He's 3 for 10 with 1 ribby. It's pitched by DeLeon. He's not looking too bad on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals today. As far as Seth MacFarlane goes, I think he might. I don't know if I really. Well, I think he might continue to do what he loves doing, coming out of Fox, since we'll be getting season 19 of Family Guy this year. I mean, since they are changing some things, since Mike Henry's not coming back as Cleveland Brown, but I do know from what I've read is Cleveland Brown might get recast. As far as I know. Anything for sure, Cleveland, yeah, like I said earlier, Cleveland Brown might be getting a recast. Foul ball to left, strike 2. But it all depends who can do a good job, though. That's Cleveland Brown for sure. Swing and a miss outside the zone, and that's out number 2 for the Pirates. Second strikeout by Ponce de Leon. He is on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals today. So Doobie Tunnel will be tonight. Just to let you guys know in the chat of the Iamacreator weekly schedule. As we are keep on doing a good job and always keeping up the good work. That'll bring up starting pitcher for the 2-1 Pirates, Mitch Keller. He's 6'2", 210 pounds, 23 years old. This is actually another good young age. Ball 1 on top, 1-1. So let's get to some news, guys. Let's see what we got going on. As you guys may know, that Disney's movie that was scheduled to come to theaters next year. That'll be ground ball to right center field, and that will be a single. Actually, let's get to Family Guy's news real quick. First major hit, single by the Pirates for Mitch Keller. Get it one more time. Okay, let's get down to it, guys. Cleveland voice actor Mike Henry steps down for the role. According to Jesse Sneed, apparently, guys, hold on. But at top of the order will be left fielder Starlin Marte. He's 0 for 1 if he line out in his first time in the ball game. And I quote, so apparently it goes on to state, Family Guy fans can expect a big change in the show's upcoming 19th season. Hold on a second.
First pitch of the
First pitch, strike one to the upper right. 1-1. Runner at first, 2 outs. That'll be fly ball to left center field, and he makes a close catch. He got it. The inning is over. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Pirates leave 1 in Game 1 in Pittsburgh. We go to top of the 4th. Pirates nothing, Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Cardinals today, guys, this morning. Just going to relax. I don't blame you either, buddy. We'll bring up Marcell Ozuna. He's a left-handed batter. He's 0 for 1. A strikeout in the first. That voice actor, Mike Henry, the one that used, I think he did a pretty good job as Cleveland Brown on Family Guy. Well, and he did announce on Twitter that he'll no longer be playing the role of Cleveland Brown, apparently, on the longest-running animated sitcom. Well, hold on a second. Went a low too long, strike 2 up top. But he did make an announcement on Twitter saying, and I quote, I love this character, but persons of color should play characters of color. Therefore, I will be stepping down from the role. And what fans of Family Guy gave, I think it was a pretty good honor for Mike Henry. That's the first out for the Cardinals. Yeah, I think, I mean, in my honest opinion, you guys can give your honest opinion in the chat of the Iamacreator group, that Mike Henry has been very good at what he does as Cleveland Browns since he voiced Cleveland Browns since day 1. Brings up shortstop Paul DeJong. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. Game 1 at Pittsburgh. But yeah, he started out back in back when Family Guy started back in 1999. And what most of us were thinking that after the first 2 or 3 seasons, that Family Guy was going to be done for sure. But when Family Guy came back for a 4th season, back in 2005, after 3 years, it was off the air. It wasn't that bad of a change back then. Swing and a miss. That's the second out for the Cardinals. 8th strikeout by Mitch Keller. He's actually on the roll on the mound already for the 2-1 Pirates already today. Henry has been a mainstay of the series since its debut in 1999, serving as a writer, co-producer, as well as voicing several other recurring characters, like Herbert and Consuelo. I also think, guys, he did a good job as those characters as well. I mean, you take those two for sure. Consuelo says, "No, I really can't clean." So yeah, that's pretty much that. As far as Herbert goes, yeah, Herbert's actually an elderly character that Mike Henry plays, but yeah, Mike Henry did a good job, real good job though, for the Family Guy fans, for entertainment, and you know, like I said, he did a really good job. It really is a good honor for him to before he stepped down as Cleveland Browns. So, as far as Herbert and Consuelo goes, ball 2 to the right, it's now 2-2. He also co-created the spin-off series, which you guys know and loved in the past. That'll be fly ball to right center field. It looks to pick up a block, and he makes a catch. Very good catch, and the side is retired. But yeah, Cleveland Show, which ran for 4 seasons, was back in 2009 to 2013. Go to bottom of the 4th. Pirates nothing, Cardinals nothing. Due up for the Pirates will be Kevin Newman. He struck out his first time in Game 1 in Pittsburgh.
You'd think by now one of
Leon
these
nods
teams
his
would be
head.
able to get some
Here's the
base
offering.
runners on and get him in,
Ball one
but
to the
that
upper
hasn't
left.
been the case.
1-0
The fellow
count.
Fox series, The Simpsons, will also be undergoing similar changes in the near future. And this is also, and guys, this is also coming out of Fox, apparently as well. Strike one at the bottom, 1-1.
Hey, nice adjustment right there for him to get on top of that
Fox
baseball
also
and slide it to the
recently
corner. The first
with
pitch,
statement
he obviously
declaring
tried to
moving
overthrow,
forward
got under it, and
that
it
The
sailed
Simpsons
on
will
him a
no
little bit.
longer have white actors voice non-white characters. But they didn't. But pretty much they did not say the black characters, since some of them like to call it Black Lives Matters to delay George Floyd. And that's the first out for the Pirates. Then to bring up first baseman Josh Bell, who popped out his first time.
Little bit out front, ended up popping out. Expect him to be
Here's
a
the
little
fingers,
bit more
here's the pitch.
leery of the
Strike one up
breaking
top.
pitch,
Actually, ball one up top, excuse me.
Strikes the count.
Just letting that slide through a little bit. Strike one to the right.
It's 1-1.
But yeah, you guys have also heard, or may not have heard, that Frank or Hank Ariza swinging a miss strike two up the upper left. Then everybody knows who Hank Azaria is. That'll be fly ball center field. He gets there defensively, and he makes a catch. Out number 2 for the Pirates. Here comes center fielder Brian Reynolds coming up to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout and second. That Hank Azaria stepped down from his decades as he played a long role as Apu. Everybody knows who this character was. He's actually played. He's actually. As far as I know, you guys remember that one stop that Apu is pretty much where he actually works at. I believe he used to work at or something. Played by Hank Azaria, and that was that'll be a foul ball to right center field, and then we'll get down. In game 1 in Pittsburgh, and that will be a double. So a double by the Pirates.
Fans are so excited about this rookie.
Yeah, just a nice piece of hitting by this youngster.
But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that one store plays. I mean, I know John Benjamin plays. I know John Benjamin from Family Guy. He's actually a cashier on that series. Trying to figure that out.
Into the box, as he will look at a first pitch.
Yeah, John Benjamin. Yeah. Coming out of brings up Colin Moran. He's 0 for 1 for fly out in the second. Votto at second, 2 outs. The pitch by DeLeon. Strike one to the right, 1-1.
This time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
But yeah, in response to criticisms raised by Hakri Konda Bowlers, I don't know how you may or may not pronounce that, so ball 2 to the bottom.
Training process and gotten to know everybody in this organization top to bottom.
Swinging a miss, strike 2 up top, so now 2-2.
That's what you call a challenge fastball right
yeah,
there, boys.
they also did a documentary, 2017 documentary of the problem with Apu. Because Apu is kind of like Carl from Family Guy, based on a cashier reference. Because I think those two had good experiences. Swing and a miss inside the zone, and he is struck out. And the inning is over.
More ahead from the North Shore right after this.
And go to top of the 5th inning, game 1 in Pittsburgh. Cardinals nothing, Pirates nothing.
Welcome back.
Okay,
standing by as we get
and it also goes on to say Family Guy executive producers Red Zapal and Alex Salkin also announced back in 2019 that the series would begin phasing out gate zones. But it is unclear when exactly Family Guy's Cleveland overhaul will take effect, or how far along the recasting process is. But given the show's long production lead time, it's likely Henry has recorded dialogue for at least some season 19 episodes. But with that being said, guys, of the Iamacreator group, it's entirely possible those lines will be recorded when a new actor is cast. But yeah, whoever that new actor, depending who that actor is going to be, I do know Mike Henry's not coming back. So, I mean, he did a really good job as his role for Cleveland Brown, but if anybody can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, the only other black character I know for sure, guys, is Jerome, who works as a bartender, played by Kevin Michael Richardson, which I think he also does a good job as, once again, a black character as well, you know. So I came out at the bottom. And that's the first out for the Cardinals. 9 strikeouts by Mitch Keller. He's having a good strikeout fest back there. And here comes the catcher number 32, Matt Wieters. He's 1 for 1 with a single in the 3rd inning. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. So I have no clue. I mean, if I were to guess a black person, I mean, that would voice Cleveland Brown as a black guy, I would think. You know, guys, that's a tough one. Well, I don't know if I would maybe go on a limb and see and to think who that actor should be. I have no idea, to be honest. Ball 2 at the bottom left, 2-1. We have sent it to Mike Henry for doing a pretty good job as Cleveland, and may his life continue to do what he loves doing. We ground ball to left, throws to the first baseman, close, and that is the second out, guys, for the Cardinals. Here comes the starting pitcher on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals will be Daniel Ponce de Leon. His speed was 87 miles per hour.
First pitch on its way.
As far as a different category goes, Disney pushes Mulan's release date again. We also have a little something about Bill and Ted as well. I'll read that article in a little bit. But yeah, Mulan, according to Scott Coloria, you guys do know for a fact that Mulan is not coming out in theaters next month, but it does have a different date though. So instead of July 24th, the Mulan will be in theaters. Ball 2, the bottom 2-2. It's been moved to August 21st. The postponement comes as a result of a surge in new COVID-19 cases. He struck him out too. And the inning is over. 3 out, 3 down for the Cardinals. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. We're at the bottom of the 5th. Pirates nothing, Cardinals nothing. So yeah, that's the reason behind that across the United States. So, so I don't see that being a problem at all. Since Fast 9's been moved to next year for April 2021. Quiet Place 2 does not have a new date, but it all depends what they want to mention. No Time to Die is also still being released in November, for 1 month before Top Gun Maverick comes around. Due up for the Pirates will be Gregory Polanco. He's off 1 for a ground out in the 2nd.
Ready with the first pitch, here it comes.
But that is something going forward. That film industry at some point. Like I said, we don't have any plans to watch Mulan or Tenet. I mean, Tenet might be good, but I don't know. I would have to maybe think about that for sure. I mean, Tenet might be nice. Mulan, I mean, people can think I mean, people can watch Mulan, but my Angel and I are not watching it, so.
Let's see if he comes back with another fastball elevated.
But it all
and drops
depends.
the hammer off.
If you guys would be intriguing to it, or would like it, or love it, or hate it, so. Ball 2, at the bottom. There's also been reviews, there's also a review of Phantom Covert Ops. That's actually a newcomer. 2-2 count. Ball 3. On deck is Adam Fraser.
2-2 What a great at bat to start
53 pitches by the Leon. He is on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals today. Comes to 3-2.
Now the 3-2 pitch.
Foul ball to right, strike 2. Foul ball to right, strike 2. So that's a review on that. There's also a premiere review of Doom Patrol Season 2. That's also based on that different series. Foul ball to left and stands, strike 2.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level.
Foul ball to right, he got a piece of it, but that's still strike 2.
Once again a 3-2.
And ball 4, first walk by DeLeon. He didn't like it off his hand.
Will put a smile on any manager's face.
The best graphic cards to beat the power of the next gen consoles. Well, what does that mean by that? Well, hold on a second. Here comes the shortstop, Adam Fraser. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out in the third.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here.
Yeah, something about next gen console cards. But at first, nobody out.
First delivery to him on the way.
That'd be ground ball to second. Looking for a DP defensively? No. Great try by the Cardinals defensively. But the Cardinals do get the first out. But the Pirates do get the first out. So that's out number 1 for the Pirates. Base runner does take first, as you guys can see in the replay. Every collectible location in SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated. You see, guys, I for one am not going to buy SpongeBob for the Switch. That brings up Ketzer Elias Diaz. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the third inning. Runner at first, 1 out. So yeah, SpongeBob has been a good, longest running series, but since it got a 5 out of 10, half of 10, I'm like, no. Probably, I'm definitely not looking into that son of a bitch currently, so. I'm not gonna even try to get SpongeBob. I pointed out earlier before. So, no plans for that. 0-2 coming up. Foul ball to left, strike 2.
Frazier, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning.
But yeah, no one wants a SpongeBob game that has a terrible review. I'm telling you. It's also a video of Chaos vs. Stealth and the Spartos 3. That might be intriguing. Ball 2.
1-2 pitch is a curveball that misses 2 and
There's also the latest vintage Z1 Transformer figure is out for pre-order. But yeah, that's actually the name of it for sure. Even though actually Transformers was on earlier this week. And that's the catch. Out number 2 for the Pirates. Here comes the pitcher, Mitch Keller. It's 1 for 1 with a single in the third inning.
Yeah, he showed
Game
like
1 in Pittsburgh.
With the bat right there,
Strike 1 to the left.
I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more
there's also an early design of Chris Hemsworth, Thor, God of War based on it. Hold on.
1 count, here's the pitch.
Swing and a miss, strike 2 at the bottom left. Strike 2.
Sometimes you just can't overthink it. If a guy can't hit a
ball 1 on the upper right, 1-2. According to Matt Fowler, Charlie Zen, creator of God of War's Kratos and co-founder of the MCU visual development. That'd be ground ball to left. I'm going to pick it up. throws to the first baseman, and he got him.
Retired.
And the
Pirates
inning
lead
is
1.
over.
6th inning coming up. Still zip, zip.
3 out, 3 down for the Pirates. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Go to top of the 6th. Pirates nothing, Cardinals nothing. Doo-wop for the
Ready
Cardinals.
for another shot now.
Third baseman
Number
Tommy
19.
Edman.
2 base hits.
He has 2 singles. He's 2 for 2.
Number 19.
But yeah, they released some fun early
First
concept
offering on its way.
art for Thor on Instagram and
And
Twitter
here's a
this
fastball
past
called
week.
for strike 1.
So there's a little more interesting things that goes with that phase.
Line
That'll be
drive
fly ball to
left.
left center field,
And a base
and
hit.
that'll
So
be,
early
yep, that'll
trouble
be
to
a
lead off
single.
the inning.
Yeah, he's got
Offensively.
the outs when he's
So a
needed.
single
He
by
seems
the
to be
Cardinals.
really comfortable pitching from the stretch.
Look at it one more time, guys, in the
Several
chat.
innings, though.
The Iamacreator community. Runner at first, nobody out. Since still having the first move for Black Widow,
He'll take
strike
a
1 to
called
bottom
strike
left.
here on a borderline pitch. It's
Since
strike 1.
Black Widow's
2
been
hits
moved
and
to
2
November
trips
for
for him
now,
thus far.
one dedicated Marvel superfan used their time in quarantine to create a comprehensive list of every single MCU scene, based on the
Ready
theory.
with the nothing in 1 pitch.
Ball one up
Takes
top,
this one high, 1-1.
with
And the
arranged
reason he's working away so
chronological
much here is
order.
because he's got that big
But
hole on the right
Thor:
side of the
Love and
infield to
Thunder
worry about.
was scheduled to
With the
come
first
out next
baseman
year
holding
on
the runner
November
it's
5th
always
of
smart to pitch
2021.
into the defense
But the
you have
recent
behind
release date changes for Marvel's Phase 4 and pushed it back to February 28th. That'd be the next 2 years.
He couldn't pull that one back
base
as he
for
clearly
when that's
broke the
going.
plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike.
If I were to name a God of War person for Kratos, I would think Chris Hemsworth would be a good part of it.
And this
The
one's
ball
in
is
the
low,
dirt,
runner will hold it first,
but it won't skip away
and that is
far
ball
enough for the
2,
runner to
2 and 2.
advance. Nobody
But I
out
think
runner
it would
on
be
first.
him, since he also does a good job playing as Thor since the very first one was out.
There's
That'd be
shot
fly
to
ball
right
to
center
mid,
field.
deep center field.
And this will
Bounce
get
a little
all the
off
way
the
to
wall.
now. They'll give that runner the green light.
Gives a
headed
little
around
signal,
third.
and
Now the
he
relay
got
home.
it.
But
That'll be
this
an
won't be
RBI
in time
double.
as he's well safe and the run scores.
An RBI double
Pitcher
by
was
the
spotting his
Cardinals.
pitches effectively until
Game
now.
1 in Pittsburgh.
Working the edges, painting the corners.
As the
He
Cardinals
left this
take
one
the
right
first
over the
lead.
plate
Game
and
1 in
cost him with
Pittsburgh.
an
It's
RBI
1-0
extra base hit
Cardinals.
right there.
There you go, feed me more, that's right. It's to be fed. 1-0 Cardinals, top at 6. Runner at second, nobody out.
Standing in now, Paul Goldschmidt.
It's the pitch,
There's
strike
way
1 at the
down a
bottom.
breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1.
So yeah, I
He's
think it'll be
hitless in his
interesting.
2 at-bats so
Paul
far.
Goldschmidt's 0 for 2, if they strike out and they ground out. There's also a Season 3 review of a series called
Ready with the
Dark.
0-1. There's a
Which I
fastball
haven't heard of the
close
series
that
or
time, but
seen
ruled
it,
the
so
ball 1-1.
I'm not
Couple
going
of
to try to
righties
look on
starting to
that.
loosen now in the
Oh
bullpen.
yeah, speaking of postponement, guys, since Mulan is pushed back to August 21st, not only that one, Internet, but
Outside
apparently
with the
Bill and
fastball
Ted
as the count moves to
also got
2-1
pushed
now.
back because of Internet delay.
No one out with a runner at second.
Malov and I were talking about it yesterday, based on the facts, and that'd be ground ball center field.
Well, he has some trouble
Tries to
with
get there, but he doesn't. So a single. He scored as a base hit, and that is a single. Single by the Cardinals. Here comes left fielder Marcel Ozuna.
nobody out. And
He's
that'll
struck
bring
out
up
twice.
the
He's 0 for
RBI
2
man,
in Game 1 at
Marcell
Pittsburgh.
Ozuna.
Goes on to state, and I quote, according to Matt Fowler, following the news that Christopher Nolan's Tenet has been delayed again due to the, like I said, COVID-19 cases. With the time-bending spy thriller starring John David Washington and Robert Pattinson, as the date has been moved to August 12th. But not only that, it's like swing strike 2 at the bottom. Now 0-2. But it also has been reported, guys, in the chat that Bill and Ted Face the Music, the decades later threequel, has also been pushed to the end of August. due to the coronavirus cases.
I know you have to protect
per Variety, Bill and Ted 3 is now set to release in theaters on August 28th, so as not to compete with Tenet, due to the box office implications. So I don't see that being a problem at all. Since Bill and Ted has been pushed till August 28th, guys, that'll be ground ball to the left, and no DP, and that's the first out. First out, runner with third goes to home. I didn't see that. Paul DeZonga has 2 strikeouts over 2. So right now it's a runner at first, 1 out, top of the 6th, 2-0 Cardinals. Game 1 in Pittsburgh, strike 1 up top. DeZonga is 0 for 2 in game 1 in Pittsburgh. Runner at first, 1 out.
0-1 count and the pitch.
To be ground ball to right center field, and that'll be a single. Single by the Cardinals.
Yeah, and I think he might have lulled himself into a false sense of security out there. Prior to this inning, he was pitching a shutout, but now he's starting to look
Keller is not happy on the mound for the 2-1 Pirates. So, speaking of that, here comes the manager for the 2-1. I'm trying to mix it up. For the 2-1 Pirates on the mound. And that'll be it for Max Keller.
After 5 1/3 innings of work and with no shot to win the decision.
Bill and Ted Face the Music follows the title duo of dudes. Which you guys have seen Bill and Ted, which I've seen it, my love has seen it. On the mound for the Pirates will be Richard Rodriguez. Rodriguez making the third start. 4.50 ERA and just 2 strikeouts on the board, apparently. Here comes Tyrell O'Neill, center fielder. He struck out and he has flown out. He's 0 for 2. The one in Pittsburgh. First and second, 1 out. It's a pitch by Rodriguez. Strike 1 to the left. Recently, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter during the 2020 graduation commencement at St. Demons High School, which is actually the home of Bill and Ted. They congratulate the graduating class.
1 pitch on its way.
Swing and a miss on the upper right, strike 2. And remind them to be excellent to each other. But that's actually really nice of them, as we speak. And that is low. Runner first will go to second, and the second goes to third. And that will be scored as a wild pitch. That is ball 1, too, guys, at the bottom. So that's interesting.
To induce a grounder and get out of the inning, but instead he's wild, and both runners advance, taking the
what else do we have here?
Away.
Ozuna, the runner at third.
Second and third, 1 out. Cardinals looking for an extra opportunity. Ball 2 to the right, 2 and 2. There's also a video of Dungeons and Dragons with the Dungeon Run, calling it the Lighthouse on Ocean Skull Point. Ball 3.
Wow, this
Now
is
3 and 2 on deck. Jose Martinez is batting 211.
To work the count back to 3 and 2, and he's seen a lot of pitches too.
9 hours ago, Dr. Disrespect tweets for the first time after the travel ban or something.
He's set. Here's the 3 and 2.
That'll be ground ball to right. Throws to the first baseman. Second out for the Cardinals. Runner at third goes to home. In game 1 in Pittsburgh, as right now the score is 3-0 Cardinals. In game 1 in Pittsburgh. So according to Matt Kim, Bahim, aka Dr. Respect, hold on, brings up Jose Martinez. He has struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Game 1 in Pittsburgh.
He gets the 2 strikes in this spot. Has to put the ball in play.
Ball 1 up top. Runner at third, 2 outs, 3-0 Cardinals. Game 1 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So he does tweet publicly for the first time since news of his ban from Twitch resurfaced. Strike 1 in the middle. It's now 1-1 for Sir. Hold up a minute. I'll tell you after this in a second. There'll be fly ball center field, and it'll get down though.
And that ought to get the run in from third.
That'll be an RBI single. RBI single by the Cardinals.
Won't be charged against him,
As it's now 4-0 Cardinals. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. As Rodriguez is on the mound for the 2-1 Pirates. Not being very happy on the performance though. Cubs catcher Matt Wieters is 1 for 2. He singled in the third. Runner at first, 2 outs.
Here comes the first pitch.
Strike 1 to the left. Closer inside the zone. Same point at the same time, guys. Foul ball to left, strike 2. In his first public tweets, guys, since the incident came around, Dr. Disrespect writes that, and I quote,
Nothing in 2
hold on.
And the pitch.
He struck him out as well.
Up in time, but to no avail as he went around,
And the side
and the inning is over.
retired.
So it's 4 runs on 5 hits.
Game
no
1 in
errors,
Pittsburgh
and a man left.
underway.
Top of the order due up in
We
the
go to bottom of
home
the
half
6th. Cardinals 4,
St. Louis
Pirates
is out
nothing.
in front. So the batting
Due
order
on for the
turns over
Pirates will be
now.
left
Set to
fielder
go.
Starlin Marte. Marte's been around with the Pirates for a long
For a
time,
lineup
since day
that
1.
really hasn't
So for
found
2
its
for line out
groove
in the
in
3rd inning. The 2-1
not very
Pirates are
many
looking to
either.
keep
We'll
up
see
a
if
little
they
bit
can start
more.
making some adjustments.
They're hoping to get a couple runs on the board today, guys. If you guys have a touchscreen on your phone, a computer, or a tablet, you guys can follow me on Twitter if you like, or you can do so if you'd like.
Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
You guys can type in the website. The website is www.foulball2. I am a creator. Community.com / I am a creator. Fly ball to deep center field. He looks to get there, and he does not. That bounces off the wall.
And he's going to get to second
In game 1 in
now with
Pittsburgh,
nobody out.
and that will be that'll be a triple. Triple by the Pirates. First one by Starlin Marte. Look at it one more time in the chat. So according to Twitter on Dr. Disrespect's Twitter on that, guys, on the tweet, he goes on to state, and I quote, since he got banned on Twits for that reason, I'll tell you in a second. Goes on to say, and I quote, Champions Club, Twits has not notified me a specific reason behind their decision. Firm handshakes to all for the support during this difficult time, unquote. But I think they almost said the right thing by example, by banning him on Twits for his channel. Kevin Newman's 0 for 2 for a strikeout and a ground out. So based on that, you know, I mean, I don't know what kind of name that would be, but I think it's, you know, kind of strange. Odd and strange.
May have let that front side open up a little early to try to hump up on.
I just think it's kind of strange. But even though I've never heard of the man, to be honest, based on the Twits, that'll be ground ball center field. Picks up, grows to first, and that's the first out. While the runner at third goes to home. As the 2-1 Pirates cut the Cardinals lead, it's 4-1 Cardinals. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Here comes the first baseman, Josh Bell, come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop out in Game 1 in Pittsburgh.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Pitch by DeLeon, ball into the left. So it's all good. See what else we have real quick.
But hey, this is a guy you certainly don't want to let him get his arms extended. He's the kind
There's
of guy
also a couple of different interesting stuff from this morning, guys. Also, possibly adventures. Strike 1 at the bottom. It's 1-1. 1-1 count by DeLeon.
It's 2 balls
Ball
and a
2.
strike to Josh Bell.
Well, DeLeon's already given up 1 walk already, so. Foul ball to right, strike 2. Well, now let's see what else we have. I'm also going to jump into the salaries for the earnings for the Avengers. That'll be fly ball to center field, and that'll be a single. So a single by the Pirates.
Coming out of spring training. Some guys get off to torrid starts, some guys struggle.
Here it is again, guys. Fly ball center field.
Maybe that single gets
doesn't get much of it going, but he tries to get there. Runner at first, one out.
Stepping in now, number
pitch by the Leon. Strike one in the upper right. Ryan Reynolds, the center fielder, is 1 for 2 with a double in the 4th in Game 1 in Pittsburgh.
Here's the 0-1. Hit in the air.
That'll be very close to be foul ball to right, strike 2.
Wind up a foul ball. Nothing in 2 count and the pitch.
That'll be ground ball center field. Throws the first, and that'll be a second out for the Pirates. Runner goes to second. Here comes Colin Moran, third baseman. Number 19, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and they fly out. Runner at second, 2 outs, 5 of the 6, 4-1 Cardinals.
First pitch on its way.
Strike one at the bottom. According to Matt Fowler, guys, we'll get to this article in a second. That'll be fly ball left center field. He caught it. Makes the catch, and the inning is over. Pirates gave a couple in Game 1 in Pittsburgh.
Oh my goodness.
Go to top of the 7th inning. Cardinals 4, Pirates 1. Okay, according to Matt Fowler, the MCU, this is actually referred as Marvel Cinematic Universe, which all began with an announcement from Kevin Feige back in 2006 at the San Diego Comic-Con. As he enjoyed over a decade of serial dominance at the box office with the Sega's first 3 phases, taking us from 2008's Iron Man to 2019's Avengers Endgame. In that time, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark enjoyed a cool career resurgence while other stars, even some relative unknowns at back at the time, guys, like Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston, as they rose through the ranks as well. And with their MCU careers cemented, their pay plus into blockbuster proportions, based on the big pay. But based on the big pay, I'm going to start off with Robert Downey Jr. Get that in a second. As there will be, so pin sitting for the 2-2 Cardinals will be Yadier Molina. He's batting 118, 1 ribby. So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. had $500,000 back when the very first Iron Man film was shot and was back in 2008. Ball one at the bottom. Was a cameo in The Incredible Hulk, and Downey was pulling $75 million for Avengers Endgame as well, which is the highest growing film of all time. Which it was overpowering, which that movie had a little more of an edge, being the #1 all-time movie in the box office of all time, overtaking Avatar. So it was actually a big surprise at the time. So that'll be fly ball to deep left center field, racing back, and he does make the catch. 1 away for the Cardinals. Oh my goodness. That's actually based on his career. And then he also had an additional $55 million, to say the least, in the back-end deal that gave him 8% of the film's profit, which was actually Avengers Endgame, back in 2019. Chris Evans. Apparently, hold on, brings up third baseman Tommy Edman. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. That is strike 1. That's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Waited a little more too long of his bat. Strike 2. Chris Evans, who was certainly no stranger to comic book films at the time, which is actually Fantastic Four and The Losers, made a cool million for Captain America: The First Avenger back in the time being. Fly ball center field. and he makes the catch from second base. And that's the second out for the Cardinals. Well, by the time it was time for the time heist in Avengers Endgame, Chris Evans was earning $15 million per Avengers outing. But that's also a huge amount of money as well. Strike one at the middle. Scarlett Johansson, having debuted back in Iron Man 2, apparently she hasn't had a solo adventure yet. That'd be Fireball center field, and he makes the catch in time, and the side is retired.
Down in order go the Cardinals as they hold on to a 4-1 lead.
3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. Go to bottom of the 7th. Cardinals 4, Pirates 1. But she was making $15 million at the time during the Avengers film was out back then. But she is expected to make around $20 million for Black Widow. So that's a good amount of money. Chris Hemsworth. Not a household name at the time. Chris Hemsworth has earned $150 million back in the 2011 store. He's been making $15 million in MCU film. Now since its 2017 store Ragnarok. And that's also pretty much the third phase as well. Based on where that's going. So on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals will be John Brebbia. He's making the second start of the series. He has 1 strikeout. And do one for the Pirates. Game 1 in Pittsburgh will be Gregory Polanco. He's off for 1 for a walk in the 5th. We got Black Widows coming out next year. Since you guys already know in the chat. Mark Ruffalo. A latest entry to the team. Mark Ruffalo plays the Incredible Hulk's Edward Norton as Bruce Banner in the Avengers. But I also think he does a good job as the Hulk, you know. Fly ball to left center field. And he does not make the catch. Mistake error from defensively. And that'll be a single. And the decision will be scored as an E7. So a single by the Pirates. Becomes the shortstop Adam Fraser. He has 2 ground outs, he's 0 for 2. Runner at first, nobody out.
First offering on its way. High in the air
and
down the right field line.
Foul ball to right in the stands, strike 1. For this movie he made, guys, he made around $2 to $3 million. Well, we assume Ruffalo made a lot more on when he was in Thor Ragnarok, because he was actually the opponent for Thor in the 3rd installment. Which I think the battle itself was really interesting. Foul ball to left, strike 2. But it does go on to state that, you know, foul ball to right, strike 2.
He was able to foul that one off, but you
three guys in just a minute.
That breaking ball
one up top.
Now
1 and 2.
Definitely threw his timing off.
The 1-2 is a
and he struck him out. That's the first out for the Pirates. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. First strikeout by John Brebbia.
Yeah, that was really well executed. Classic strikeout pitch.
But yeah, he made a lot more for Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame. But those numbers haven't been fully reported throughout the money for him. He may or may not have a similar deal to Hemsworth, Johansson, and Evans. Well, like I said, Robert Downey Jr. earned a lot of money, as well as Iron Man. With Iron Man 4, I don't know, we don't know if that's happening yet, but it all depends where it may lead to. But Robert Downey Jr. has a lot of credit from the fans. He does have my respect as well. Strike 1 at bottom left, since I have seen Iron Man plenty of times. Seen the second one as well. The third one I've seen a few times. but I haven't seen a lot of Avengers movies that much. And he struck him out as well. That's back-to-back strikeouts. So that's 2 away for the Pirates. Second strikeout by Don Brevia. Off to a quick start for the 2-2 Cardinals this morning. Jeremy Renner. After making a brief appearance in Thor, Jeremy Renner then earned $3 million for the Avengers role. After presumably making a lot more for Civil War, pinch hitting for the 2-1 Pirates will be Kevin Kramer coming to bat. In subsequent Avengers films, he reportedly made about $6.1 million for Age of Ultron. Renner's archive is one of the MCU's supplemental heroes who's now getting their own Disney Plus series. But that is something I have heard that I read to you guys in the past. Strike one on the bottom left. So yeah, he's getting his own series. But Renner might get his biggest payday to date when he headlines his own Marvel Studios series. But yeah, as I think he also does a good job as Hawkeye. And he's also coming, not only Hawkeye, but he's also been in, he struck him out looking. Recorded as the third out, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates. Look at the top of the 8th. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Cardinals 4, Pirates 1. And on the mound for the 2-1 Pirates this morning, Game 1 in Pittsburgh, will be Kiwan Kila. Made 54 games last year, 3-0 start. 3-0 record. We also have the War Machine person. Due up for the Cardinals will be first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. It's 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th. Dancino. Don Sadley. Coming out of Olsen's 11 and 12. Which is actually the other actors like, say, George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bernie Mac, Julia Roberts, based on the good stuff. He got $1 million for Iron Man 2, where he replaced Terrence Howard as James Rhodey Rhodes, aka War Machine. At this time, it's not known what Sadley has been making since he made his debut as War Machine, but some best guesses place that it was around $4 to $7 million at film, because that's a lot of money. Foul ball behind, strike 2. Tom Holland. Tom Holland, known as Spider-Man. Peter Parker reference. And a hit by a pitch. Oh, wow. And here comes the injury problem, guys. The trainer is out for the dugout and is looking at the arm of Paul Goldschmidt. It appears that Goldschmidt has a developed good-sized bruise right around the tricep, which that's pretty much hurts. It doesn't appear overly serious, but Goldschmidt will need to be replaced in this game, so, for the 2-2 Cardinals. So, the one that will replace Paul Goldschmidt will be Matt Carpenter. So Matt Carpenter will be the pinch runner for the Cardinals in Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Tom Holland. When Tom Holland's Spider-Man swung into the MCU, it was making $250,000. Civil War and $500,000 for Spider-Man Homecoming. But compared to those two amounts, guys, that is really good. That is really good. I'm telling you, that is amazing. Well, we don't know what the young star made from Home, but he did get a pay bump for Avengers Infinity War, earning $3 million on top of that. So, that's amazing. Anthony Mackie. We'll get to him in a second. 1-0 count coming up. Ball 2 to the upper right. It's 2-0. Runner at first. Nobody out, top of the 8th. 4-1 Cardinals. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Comes the 2-0 offering. That'd be 5 off center field. Tries to get a piece of it, and he does. Makes the catch. 1 away for the Cardinals. We don't know what Anthony Mackie was also making each of his films. Comes Paul DeZong shortstop. He's singled and driven a ribby. He's 1 for 3 in Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Here's the pitch by Keela.
First pitch coming, here it is.
Strike one at the bottom. Which began with Captain America the Winter Soldier, and then accumulated with the awesome On Your Left callback in Avengers Endgame as well. And there was a rumor of how much he made most of the time. Foul ball to right in the stand, strike two. Though it has been rumored he made $100,000 for a small part in Age of Ultron. So that's like Jeremy Reynolds out, guys. They struck him out looking. Out number 2 for the Cardinals. Mackey is about to top line his own Disney series between him and Jeremy Reynolds. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, alongside Sebastian Stan, but that he's reportedly making $475,000 per episode, which would bring him to $3.8 million for the series. Paul Rudd as Ant-Man in his first 2 movies. Despite having a successful TV, that'll bring up center fielder Tyler O'Neill. It's 0 for 3 for a ground out and a 6. And movie track record at the time. Now Paul Rudd, he's coming out of Dinner for Schmucks. Ball one to the left is with Steve Carell. Zach Galifianakis as well. And also Jeff Dunham as well. So there's always, he had some good success on that. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 and 2 Colts so far. Paul Rudd made about $300,000 for Ant-Man, basically. That'd be ground ball to the pitcher. Picked it up, smells the first baseman, and the inning is over.
So no runs, no base hits, no errors.
3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. We go to bottom of the 8th. Cardinals 4, Pirates 1.
Matt Carpenter will stay in the
So it'll be Matt Carpenter playing first base for the 2 and 2 Cardinals. We can assume that runs paid went up significantly. The Civil War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Avengers Endgame. So that's actually really good too. That'll be 5 ball to right center field. He makes the catch, 1 away for the Pirates. We also have Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. For this 2 good pair. Brings up Kevin Newman. He's 0 for 3 for a ground out in the 6th inning. Comes the offering. Strike 1 up top. It's 0-1. Ostensibly, guys, Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany made their MCU debut in Age of Ultron as Scarlet Witch and Vision. It was, most of us remember back in the very first, he makes the catch, out number 2 for the Pirates. Now this man by the name of, oh yeah, he did voice the Jarvis, so he did a real good job on that. Here comes first baseman Josh Bell. It's 1 for 3 for single in the 6th. The Pirates trying to bounce back in Game 1 in Pittsburgh.
He's set, here it comes.
Strike 1 inside the zone. If we're counting voice acting, Bettany was actually one of the main stars for the entire MCU. Basically, I mean, his very first appearance back then, fireball to deep center field, and he makes the catch in time, and the inning is over. We go to top of the 9th inning, guys. Cardinals 4, Pirates 1. Due up for the Cardinals will be Jose Martinez, right fielder. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a ribby. So yeah, he was also the main starters, one of the best starters, main starters I would assume, that I'm looking at, falling to the right. When he voices Jarvis in all 3 Iron Man movies. The details about both of them, both their actual salaries, are hush though. All 2. They're both starring in Disney Plus's WandaVision, a 6-episode series that will be directly tied to Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness. Chadwick Boseman. Okay, guys, it's Chadwick Boseman coming out of Black Panther 1 and 2. I haven't seen the first two, but I do know the movies are good based on what they are. And what they have been before, so ball 3 to the right. It's now 3-2 on deck. Matt Wieters. Sam Bozeman took home $700,000 for his role, his debut, and Captain America: Civil War, and then pulled $2 million for a solo movie as well. Be fly ball to deep right center field. Races back, and it gets the catch of it. That's the first out for the Cardinals. Excuse me. Here comes the catcher, Matt Wieters. He's 1 for 3 with a single in the third inning. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Bozeman's next reported project for Marvel is Black Panther 2. So it's safe to assume, given the experiential success of the first film. Strike one at the bottom. Now Bozeman will get a pay hike and profit sharing. So that'll be good. Brie Larson. Ball one up top, 1-1. Let's go into Brie Larson made $5 million in her debut as Captain Marvel. She became a little more powerful than Thanos in the Avengers Endgame, who also came with a 7-picture deal. Up next for Larson, unless she appears in Marvel's Eternals, or move or some other MCU project. And he struck him out at the bottom. That's the second out for the Cardinals. Will be Captain Marvel 2. We'll see how that goes into it. Benedict Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch's MCU payments have been going up steadily since his debut as Doctor Strange. With reports saying he earned about $5.1 million for Infinity War, and will get $6.4 million for the Doctor Strange sequel. And that is a multiverse of the Vision. So that'll be interesting. Chris Pratt. Last but not least, guys, Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt, who was known mostly for many seasons on NBC's Parks and Recreation at the time, reportedly made $1.5 million for his work on Guardians of the Galaxy. And here's rumored that he made $5 million for Avengers Infinity War. But actually, outside of it, guys, of the MCU, where Pratt seems to be picking up the most pay. I'll tell you in a second. So the current pitcher will be... the pinch hitter will be Carlos Martinez. 6 foot, 190 pounds, 27 years old. Top of the ninth, 2 outs, 4-1 Cardinals, Game 1 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Steelers for 10 years. That'll be ground ball to left, and he caught from third, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cardinals. We're going to bottom of the ninth, Game 1 in Pittsburgh, Cardinals 4, Pirates 1.
Carlos Martinez enters the game.
It's actually, he's been netting $10 million for Jurassic World and $12 million for Passengers. So on the mound for the Cardinals will be Carlos Martinez. We can still start.
Next to bat will be the
Due up for the Pirates will be Brian Reynolds, center fielder. He's 1 for 3 with a double in the 4th. Pirates looking to get something going right at this moment. Two and Pirates are looking to get into it right now. The hometown in Pittsburgh.
The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Here's the pitch by Martinez.
First pitch, here it comes.
That'll be ground ball center field. Doesn't grab a lot of it, and that'll be a single. So that'll be interesting to see. But I haven't seen Passengers, but I have seen Jurassic World 2. 11 I went to go see it in the past. It was actually really good. Real good. And also, there's a couple of different stuff as well, but we won't get a whole lot of that till later. Pretty much obviously tonight for Doom Eternal. That'll bring up third baseman Colin Moran. He's 0 for 3 with a line out in the 6th inning. Well, we'll see what happens. By the way, first, nobody out. Pitch by Martinez. Ball one at the bottom. You guys can see yourself this morning newsed. You guys can see yourself newsed. Get about 3 likes and 1 dislike. And we can try to climb up to 6 in the chat of the Iamacreator group. Strike 1 at the bottom, 1 and 1. I'm gonna be getting a sour going in just a little bit after I'm done with this, guys. Foul ball to left, strike 2. That's what today's temperature is supposed to get up to 86. But supposedly for this week, it's supposed to get up to the 90s. And what's most of that will require water, but I think I'm gonna get plenty of that on my system as good as I can. Ball 2, almost close to a hit by Pitts, but that is 2 and 2 though. Based on the result.
They're keeping it inside on him.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin the
foul ball to right, strike 2.
Fouled away. The 2-2 one more time.
Foul ball to left as well, strike 2.
Just pulled it a little foul. Nobody out, runner on first. And
he struck him out looking. First out for the Pirates.
Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate.
So far, yeah, Carlos Martinez is on the mound for the 2-2 Cardinals of the series. And the 2-1 Pirates manager is not happy. It'll bring up Gregory Polanco. He's 0 for 2 if he walk in the 7th. Game 1 in Pittsburgh.
Now with 1 away, and the left-handed hitting outfielder Gregory Polanco.
Strike 1 in the upper left corner.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Ooh, I'm shocked he took that pitch right there. That ain't plus 90s right there. That's
91 miles per hour the pitch speed for the two-seamer.
I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger on that one.
Now the 0-1.
That'll be fly ball, center field, and he does make the catch in time finally. That's the second out for the Pirates. As the Pirates are down to the final out. Last chance for the Pirates will be Adam Frazier, shortstop. 0 for 3 for strikeout in the 7th.
2 out here in the 9th. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Strike 1 to the upper left.
Pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
You know, they finally
basically 0-1.
It would be sad to watch him waste this opportunity. Somebody's got to come through with a base hit.
Ball 1 up top, 1 and 1. Ball 2 to the left. If you guys want to vote for the idol, you guys can vote Aladdin or the Greatest Showman. The score is 27-12. Not 17-12, but 27-12 by 15. Of the Greatest Showman. Foul ball to right, strike 2. Pirates down to their final strike. Pitch by Martinez. Foul ball to right, strike 2, keeping itself alive in the chat this morning. Foul ball to right, strike 2 again.
Keep battling, young man.
Martinez nods his head the same way.
He is calibrating that heater and the
foul ball to right again, strike 2. Runner at first, 2 outs. Ball 3. 3 and 2 on deck will be Elias Diaz. He's on deck.
That's a tough pitch to lay off. Impressive that
Carlos Martinez trying to get sort of work with this next pitch. Foul ball to left again. Strike 2.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes.
Ground ball to right center field, and that will be a single.
So he'll have his first base hit, making 1.
As the 2-1 Pirates keep themselves alive this morning. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. So a single by the Pirates. Brings up the catcher, Elias Diaz. He's 0 for 3 for strikeout in the 7th inning. 2-1 Pirates weren't going to have an opportunity. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. First and second, 2 outs. The pitch by Martinez. Strike 1 to the left. Ball 1 to the left. 1 and 1. Martinez has given up 6 balls, 16 strikes, total of 22 with the 2-2 Cardinals. Foul ball to left, strike 2. Pirates down to their final strike. Game 1 in Pittsburgh. Foul ball to right, nearly had a catch defensively.
That wasn't a terrible pitch right there.
Still strike two.
He's going to execute and get this swing and a miss.
Ball two to the left, 2 and 2.
A little bit further down, maybe even potentially bounce the next one.
Gives another sign. And he struck him out looking. Good job. And the Cardinals rise up the occasion as the Cardinals go up to 3 and 2 of the season. As the 3 and 2 Cardinals make short work in Game 1 in Pittsburgh over the Pirates, down to 2 and 2. Good performance. Good performance by the 3 and 2 Cardinals with a strikeout pitch. Let's go to the numbers, guys. For the 3 and 2 Cardinals, Carlton Wong, he was 3 for 4 with a double and a ribby. Tommy Edman was 3 for 4. Ghostman had a strikeout because of the hit by a pitch by the 2 and 2 Pirates. Yadier Molina didn't have that much success since Molina was the pinch hitter. Because it wasn't that bad of a reference for the 2 and 2 Pirates. Even. Sorry Marte had a triple. Brian Reynolds had 2 for 4 for double. And a walk by Gregory Polanco of 0 for 3. So there you have it, guys. The Cardinals take Game 1 in Pittsburgh up to 3 and 2. Over the Pirates down to 2 and 2 even. 4 to 1, 10 hits, 1 error, 6 hits. So the 3 and 2 Cardinals player Paul Goldschmidt had an injury. Apparently he had a bruised tricep in today's game, so apparently he's going to be out for a day or two. So the audio will do its thing for the most part. Well, Paul Goldschmidt should be okay with the 3 and 2 Cardinals. Simulate that. As far as the other teams go, guys, we have the White Sox going up to 3 and 1.
Welcome to Inside the Show.
Over the Cardinals, speaking not the Cardinals, excuse me. Over the Indians, down to 0 and 4.
Combined for 10 hits as a team as they defeated the Pirates
0 and 4 Indians in Cleveland.
The Cubs totaled 11
4 to 1,
hits
7 hits, no errors. 10 hits, 1 error. Ivan Noah with his first win. Cologne with the second save. The Yankees.
The New York Mets knocked out 10 hits as a team.
Alright, I'll be right there.
The
Yankees going up to 2 and 2 even. Over the Tigers down to 2 and 3.
8-2. The Diamondbacks had 12 hits as a team as they grabbed a victory over the Padres.
Hold up, I'm sorry.
14-3.
Oh, never mind. Final score 4 to 3. 13 hits, no errors. 8 hits, no errors. Tyrod Lions with his first win. The Reds going up 2 and 2 as well by 7 over the Brewers down to 2 and 3 in Cincinnati, Ohio. 9 to 2, 11 hits, no errors. 7 hits, no errors. Ward with his very first win. The Blue Jays going up 3 and 2 with a victory by 1 over the Orioles, down to 2 and 2 even in Toronto. 2 to 1, 6 hits, no errors. 9 hits and 1 error. Bosses with his first win. The Yankees, no, not the Yankees, damn it. The Rays scored big, up 2 and 3. Fending off the Rockies, down to 2 and 3 in Tampa. In a tremendous game. 18 to 3, guys. 18 to 3 in the chat. 16 hits and 1 error. 8 hits and no errors. Anderson of his first win. Post of his very first save. The Cubbies improved to 3 and 1. Take out the Braves down to 2 and 2 in Atlanta, Georgia. 12 to 5, 11 hits, 1 error, 9 hits and 2 errors. Jose Quintana was first win. The Go-Go Mets get a balance with a victory up to 3 and 1 over the Marlins to 2 and 3 in Miami. 5 to 1, 10 hits, 1 error, 7 hits with no errors. Bratz was first win as well. The Rangers pull in by 1 with 17 extra innings, up to 2 and 2 even. Over the Astros down to 3 and 2 in Texas. 5 to 4, 16 hits, no errors, 11 hits and 1 error. Montero was first win. The Boston Red Sox stay perfect, as the Red Sox are 5 and 0. One of the only unbeatens for sure, I believe, as they make short work over the Athletics to 2 and 5 of the season in Oakland. 7-2, 11 hits, 8 hits and no errors as well. Juan Purcell was very first win. The Seattle Mariners win by 2 up to 3-4. Doing with over the Angels down to 2-3 in Seattle, Washington. 7-5, 8 hits, 2 errors, 9 hits and no errors. McGill was first win. Tovala was third save. The Dodgers improved to 4-1 of the season, taking out the Giants to 1-4 in LA. The season 8-2, 16 hits, 1 error, 6 hits and no errors. Hill with his first win. The D-backs go up to 2-3, doing with the Padres down to 3-2 in San Diego this morning. Final score 14-3. 12 hits and no errors, 9 hits and no errors. Walker with his first win. We're going to simulate that as well. Paul Goldschmidt's going to be back on the field for the 3-2 Cardinals. As far as the other teams go, again, guys, we have the Yankees up to 3-2. Over the Tigers down to 2-4 in New York City and the Bronx.
Check out some of the results from yesterday. In the
9-8, 13 hits, 2 errors, 15 hits and no errors. Zach Britton was first win. The Fireball Aroldis Chapman was his first win. The Reds go up to 3-2. Over the Brewers down to 2-4 in Cincinnati. 4-3, 9 hits, no errors, 8 hits and 1 error for the scale. The Scott Falafani was first win. Iglesias was second save. The Washington Nationals win by 1. In next innings by with a 13 on that. Up to 2-2. Taking out the Phillies to 1-3 in Washington. 7-6, 13 hits, 2 errors, 16 hits and no errors. Sewell was first win. The Orioles win by 4 up to 3-2. Over the Blue Jays down to 3-3 even. And Toronto 6-2, 7 hits and 1 error, 5 hits and 2 errors.
Red Sox 7-4.
Cobb with his first win. The Rays get a win. Up to 3-3 in Tampa, even. Over the Rockies down to 2-4 in Tampa. 4-0 shutout, 8 hits and no errors, 4 hits and no errors the same way. 1 with his first win. The Go-Go Mets get another victory, up to 4-1 of the season. Over the Marlins to 2-4 of the series in Miami. 3-1, 7 hits, 1 errors, 5 hits, no errors. Mats with his first win, Lugo with his second save. The Rangers win by 1 up to 3-2. Over the Astros down to 3-3 even in Texas. 4-3, 10 hits, no errors, 7 hits and no errors. Mon with his first win, Leclerc with his very first save. The Twins. Speaking of the Twins, guys, they are one of the two actually now the only unbeaten. Get to that in a second. Going up to 4-0, perfect start. Over the Royals to 1-3 in Kansas City. 5-3, 5 hits, 1 error, 9 hits, no errors. Sergio Romo up to a 3-0 start for the 4-0 Twins of the season. Rogers with his third save. The Athletics make close work. Up to 3-5. Over the Red Sox, the first loss down to 5-1. After winning just 5 games for the 5-1 Red Sox in Oakland. 7-4, 11 hits, no errors, 10 hits with no errors included. Montez was up to 2-0 start for the 3-5 A's. Hendricks with his third save. The Angels rising up to 3-3 even. Over the Mariners to 3-5 in Seattle. 7-3, 10 hits, no errors, 9 hits and no errors. Haney with his first win, excuse me. Robles with his third save at this point. The Giants up to 2-4, upsetting the Dodgers down to 4-2 in LA. 2-1, 6 hits, no errors. Rogers with his first win. Smith with his second save, occasionally. And the Padres going up to 4-2 as well. Over the D-backs down to 2-4 in San Diego. With a 2-1 victory. 3 hits, no errors, 3 hits, no errors. Stoddard with his first win, and Yates with his second save. So next time, guys, it will be game 2 of 2, as the Cardinals won the first one 4-1 already this morning, as the Cardinals are 3-2. As it will be next time, it will be the 3-2 Cardinals taking on the 2-2 Pirates in Pittsburgh even. But the matchup will be Zach Flattery taking on Chris Archer. The other matchups real quick, we got the 2-4 Brewers taking on the 3-2 Reds. Gonzalez 3.00 ERA taking on Trevor Bauer on the mound for the 3-2 Reds. The 1-3 Phillies taking on the 2-2 Nationals even in Washington. Elvin taking on Ross as well. 2-4 Rockies taking on the 3-3 Rays even in Tampa. McClay's 0-1, 3.18 ERA taking on Snell, 1.29 ERA. So that's an outstanding one. 3-1 White Sox taking on the winless 0-4 Indians in Cleveland. Kopech taking on Danny Salazar. Oleon Bean 4-0 Twins taking on the 1-3 Royals in Kansas City. Perez taking on Duffy, I would think. The 1-3 Royals. I'm pretty sure. 2-4 D-backs taking on the 4-2 Padres in San Diego. Weaver 0-1, 1.620 ERA taking on Erlin, 7.20 ERA. The 2-4 Detroit Tigers, my love and ice team, taking on 3-2 Yankees in New York City. Matthew Boyd 1.50 ERA taking on Sorvino in that matchup. 3-2 Orioles visiting the 3-3 Blue Jays in Toronto. Ganora 1.93 ERA taking on Matt Schumacher, 3.00 ERA. 2-4 Marlins hosting the 4-1 Mets. In Miami, Zero DeGrom 1-0, 1.29 ERA taking on Lopez, who is also 1-0, 1.13 ERA, and will be on the mound for the 2-4 Marlins. 3-1 Cubbies will be facing the 2-2 Braves even Atlanta Georgia guys of the Iamacreator group in the chat. BU Darvis taking on Foley Winzik. 3-3 Astros even taking on the 3-2 Rangers in Texas. Justin Verlander 1-0, 2.57 ERA versus Lynn, 10.38 ERA. 5-1 Red Sox, we're going to race off a little bit. We'll be taking on the 3-5 Athletics in Oakland. David Price is 1-0, 2.25 ERA. Taking on Megden, 1-0, 3.68 ERA between the records. And the 2-4 Giants, taking on the 4-2 Dodgers in LA. Johnny Cueto, 1-0, 4.26 ERA. Taking on Brewer with a 3.00 ERA. But alrighty guys, I'm going to wrap things up. No standings for the moment. I'm going to get some breakfast downstairs in just a second. So hold up. Hold up a minute. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me this morning. As the Cardinals are now 3-2 this season. They will be we're gonna continue to sort work, which I'm hoping. Taking on the 2-2 Pirates. I think baseball might be in a couple days. But tonight, guys, you guys will have Doom Eternal, which I should have been done last night, but it will be tonight. This is every Saturday and Sundays of the schedule. But if you guys want to catch more MLB 19 every 1 to 2 days a week of the format of the Iamacreator schedule, be sure to hit that red support button if you guys are new. But if you guys are not new in the chat and no stranger to the group, you guys can hit that like button, tweet them out, share them, comment, type it in, stay connected, add them to a playlist. And there's also anyone in the chat that does have a Twitter. You guys can follow me on Twitter if you'd like. Not that hard to find of the Iamacreator group. but I do stand at 61 moderators, so you guys let me know. But if you don't want to, it's up to anybody's choice in the chat. Well, we watch our videos in full, like the videos in full, share them, tweet them out as good as we can, leaving a comment normally, and we never ask for support back. You guys also want to have the opportunity to vote for the idol. Alan's at 27. The greatest element is at 12. So you guys can still vote anytime you'd like on that. But alrighty, guys, I'm gonna wrap things up. I want to say thank you, Deadside, for stopping by, showing love, support, and always keeping up the good work with me. And like I said, tonight you guys will have a new episode of Doom Eternal to see where we are at the story. But alrighty, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys tonight for Doom Eternal. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, having a good time as always of the group. Same with the chat as well. I hope you all enjoyed the same time. Be good to one another, be kind to one another, and of course, love one another. Till next time, this is JD. I'll see you guys tonight for Doom Eternal. Same time when it comes to mornings or evenings on days off, or anything between the two times. But alrighty, guys, be careful, stay safe, and drink plenty of water. And I'll see you guys tonight for Doom Eternal. I'll see you guys till then. Be careful.